Well, I write longhand, so we can get that one out of the way. I work with a pen and a fountain pen even, and then transcribe it, of course, to the computer where I can do the revising and the editing and all the real fun work on a computer. And with regard to a novel, I tend to have an idea of the arc of the story, the long ride over to the end. Not in any detailed fashion, but just in a very vague, approximate, and tentative fashion so that I feel free to alter, change it any way I want as I go and as I discover what it is I'm really writing here. And I also have a tendency to know what it is leading towards. I mean, is it leading towards a wedding or is it leading towards a funeral? But I don't know who get married or who died. You know, I still haven't figured out any of that. So then I work in a very short, series of steps from there, within that large arc. And I do tend to outline those individual steps as I go. So they might be just a chapter, just so I don't lose track of it altogether. And then finish that and then move to the next one and do the same thing. It's a more detailed type outline. Mainly it's just like scene synopsis and not much more complicated than that, not much more detailed than that. And answer to another part of your question, I tend and want to write from beginning to end in the first draft all the way through before I start revising. So I write the whole thing all the way through to the end. And it's a rough draft, and it's, crossing out and changes and marginalia all along the sides, and it's a mess. And then begin the process of retyping, of typing for the first time, revising, editing, moving parts around, cutting whole chapters out, and so on.